Most people aren't bad at saving money. They're just saving wrong. They save what's left. They save randomly. They save emotionally. They save when they feel scared. They say when they wonder why nothing changes. And so if you're saving but still feel broke, this might be why. And stop saving money like it's optional. The biggest mistake people make, they treat savings like a leftovers. Bills get paid, spending happens, and whatever survives goes into savings, which usually means nothing survives, and savings has to move forward. Before subscriptions, before eating out, before upgrades, if savings depends on willpower at the end of the month, it will fail at the end of the month. Automation beats motivation. Stop saving without a target. Saving it more is vague. Vague goals don't change behavior. Are you saving 3 months of expenses or maybe 6? A house down payment, an investment fund, a runaway to quit your job. That's what I'm doing. If you don't know the number, your brain doesn't even take it seriously, and specific numbers create urgency. Vague intentions create delay. Stop saving while carrying high interest debt. This one makes people uncomfortable. If you're earning 4% in a savings account, but paying 22% on a credit card, you're not saving. You're bleeding slowly. Emergency fund, yes, okay. A stability buffer, absolutely. But hoarding cash while interest compounds against you is not strategy. It's fear disguised as discipline. So stop keeping all your savings in one account. If everything sits in one pile labeled savings, it becomes tempting. It feels available. Separate it. Emergency fund or a short-term goals, investments, taxes, future purchases. Money with a job behaves better than money without direction. And stop saving without investing. Saving protects, investing grows. If all your money sits in cash long term, inflation quietly shrinks it. You worked for it. Don't let it eat it. Don't need to be aggressive, okay? You don't need to be reckless, but you do need to understand that cash is a parking lot, not a strategy. Stop increasing lifestyle every time savings increases. That one is very subtle. You build a $5,000 buffer and you feel safer. So you upgrade something, a better apartment, a nicer car, more flexible spending, and suddenly your expenses rise to match your comfort. Savings isn't permission to inflate your life. It's permission to stabilize it, though. Stop saving only when you feel motivated. Motivation spikes after watching a finance video, okay? Reading a book. You should watch more of my videos, by the way. Seeing your bank account low, and then it fades. Systems don't fade. Set a percentage, automate it. Remove the decision. If savings requires emotion, it will collapse under stress. And stop saving small while spending big. Some people obsess over skipping coffee and cutting in coupons, the tiny hacks while ignoring like the car payments that are just too high and rent that stretches them thin. Subscriptions draining $200 a month in some cases, impulse upgrades. You don't build wealth by, trimming leaves. You build it by cutting branches. Focus on big expenses first, then refine the small ones. Stop saving to feel responsible. And this one is psychological, okay? Some people transfer $200 into savings and then immediately feel empowered and then immediately reward themselves. The transfer becomes the excuse, Savings is not guilt eraser. It's a long-term tool. Stop saving without increasing the income. There's a ceiling to cutting. There's no ceiling to earning. And at some point, discipline isn't the bottleneck, income is. If you're hyper focused on cutting every single dollar, but ignoring skill growth in negotiations or career movement or scalable income, you're fighting uphill. And the goal is margin, and the margin grows faster when income rises. Stop confusing frugality with strategy. Being cheap is not the same as being smart. Avoiding every expense doesn't automatically create the wealth. Some spending, it creates the leverage, the education, skills, health, and tools, business assets, and it cuts waste, not opportunity. And here's the biggest one, okay? Stop saving without understanding why you want money in the first place. Security, freedom, options, early retirement, less stress, and the ability to walk away. If savings, feels like a punishment, you won't stick with it. If savings feels like building power, you will money. It's stored choice. When you save correctly, you're not depriving yourself. You're buying flexibility. You're buying that time and you're buying that peace. You're buying the ability to say no. And that feels better than any short term purchase. And here's the shift, okay? Instead of asking, how much can I save this month? Ask yourself this: what system guarantees I win long term? Automate first, spend intentionally, invest consistently, and increase your income strategically. Keep lifestyle controlled. Give every dollar a job. Saving is not about restriction, it's about control. And most people aren't uh, failing because they don't save. They're failing because they're saving has no structure, and structure changes everything. Stop saving like it's a temporary phase. Start building like it's permanent, because when savings becomes automatic, stress decreases, options increase, and money stops feeling like something you chase. It becomes something you direct. If you liked what you heard today, please like and subscribe. I'd love to see you back on another video. You can check out this one up to the right. And if you really, 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 really love me, you can buy me a coffee in the description. I'm always accepting that because coffee is what keeps me going and keeps me out of the comments too. Have a good day.